So, myself, Palak Rana, and I am ACCA tutor as well as ACCA corporate world experience person. And today we have our special guest named as Megha Bansali, who is having 5 years of teaching experience as well as experience in corporate world, KPMG as and freelancer. So, guys, in today's session, we are about to discuss SBR exam, and as we know that ACC examinations are on the way. So, in today's session, we will be discussing about some relevant tips of SBR examination, how to prepare the SBR examination, and what are the changes in SBR. So, guys, in the end of session, Megha will be answering your queries. So let's start our today's session and welcome Megha.
Thank you, Palak. Good evening, everyone present today. Yes, there are abundance of changes in SBR, we know, coming up from this September. So there is a lot of, I would say, confusion at the student end on how to go about it, what has to be done. Plus, the newly launched ACCA Study Hub is creating some more confusion to the
Yeah.
existing change in syllabus. So that's why this webinar is there so that we can help you, guide you on how to prepare about for the September attempt.
Yeah. So Megha, so can you briefly give us the overview of SBR examination?
Yes. So SBR Strategic Business Reporting is one of the most important paper of ACCA because it is based on accounts. Accountancy is what you will be using in your future. You will be called as an accountant. So definitely, this is one of the most important subject or the paper in ACCA,
Yes.
and it's also the most scoring. I know some might differ, but trust me guys, it is the most scoring paper because you have been studying this for about 7 8 years now, from your 11th 12th graduation, and your skill level, it's there at knowledge level also. So since you've been studying it so much, it should be one of your strongest core area of subject. And if you are still but struggling with your basics, then that is something you really need to fix. Otherwise the paper is going to be very difficult for you guys.
Yeah.
Coming to the structure of the paper, structure is basically simple. You have 4 questions totally in the exam. Section A has 2 questions. One normally comes from group accounting, and this part of the paper has changed. So again, how the question has to be answered has been changed. Content syllabus is remaining the same. The second question can come around ethics. It can come from sustainably reporting, issues around current financial reporting, any of those things. And your section B has 2 questions of 25 marks each, and that can come from anywhere. So that is basically the structure of SBR.
Okay. So that was the only change in SBR from September 2023 examination?
No, there are a couple of more changes in the syllabus also. So,
Okay.
from the syllabus perspective, your revenue has changed. They have
Okay.
introduced repurchase agreement, and there are small changes in financial instruments, like they have removed embedded instrument. They have added one business valuation test. So, small changes in syllabus are there, but pattern wise, paper pattern has also changed. So, there are both the changes.
Okay. All right. So, Megha, as we know that ACCA has launched their study hub, so that has created a lot of confusion in the mind of student that yeah, at this point of time, because it was just recently launched, so they are worried about that they should study from Kaplan Kit, BPP Kit, or study hub. So, can you guide our students about that thing?
Yes. See, my suggestion or my preference would be ACCA Study Hub because it is newly launched and it is launched by ACCA. So it is more relevant compared to a third party publications, which is Kaplan or BPP. If you want, and if you feel that no, I am still comfortable with Kaplan itself, you can get the revised version of Kaplan. However, my suggestion would be, for questions at least, refer to ACCA Study Hub, because questions have changed a lot. Even the past years questions, there are a lot of new questions. The style of questions is slightly different, so we are expecting a lot of changes in the question also in the examination, and it would be better that you study from ACCA Study Hub rather than studying from the Kaplan kit. And ACCA Study Hub has a lot of good features which will help you in preparation. Like, you have the bookmark feature, you have the highlight feature. The best feature is the confidence level feature, wherein you can rate how confident you are with the topic, high, low, or
Right.
medium, so which will really help
Right.
when you're revising. And if you see the module also, it's very nicely broken down into different parts. So if I want to just study one part of the topic, it is just go to that section and then you get it. You don't have to scroll through a lot, or
Right.
don't have to look at a lot of things. So definitely there has been a lot of good changes in the ACCA Study Hub. So you should be using that. That's my suggestion. And the rest is, how comfortable you are with
Yeah.
the text.
Right.
So yes, that's up to you guys.
So, any other key highlights you want to mention from the study hub?
So one, like I mentioned few features earlier, which is, the
Yeah.
confidence level, bookmark, highlight, those are there. One very good feature that I found in the study hub is exam advice. When you're going through each of the topics, you see there is exam advice given for the topic. There, they have also clearly written what kind of questions will come, what you should focus on in this topic. So I
Yeah.
think that is one very good feature which you should really use to strategize your exam. Now, my
Yeah.
suggestion would also be exam advice, highlight those points, and or you bookmark that part. So whenever you want to revise or go through before your examination, just go to the highlighted part. All your advice is going to be coming under the highlight, so you could use that later on also. But please make use of the exam advice part of it really well.
Yeah, right. So, it's make interesting also, and it's make, like it at our time that was not available. So we know the value of this option. And one more thing, like from where you advise that students should practice their question for examination.
See, my recommendation would be, now again in the ACCA Study Hub, the examples given are really good. A lot of these examples were not available in the Kaplan kit. So for each topic, they have given very nice examples so that you can solve those and your topic clarity is there. So yes, for example questions, ACCA Study Hub is really good, which will give you concept clarity. Then move on to the practice sessions. Again, in the practice sessions, there are a lot of features like review. You can mark yourself. Then, there is also quiz part after each of the topic. So once you give a quiz, and then you can record your analysis also. So, if you have got, let's say, 3 out of 5 on one topic, and then you have got 2 out of 5 on one topic. So then you know which topic you need to read more and which topic you need to focus where you're lacking concept clarity. Yes, there is a video that I've uploaded on how to use ACCA Study Hub. So
Yeah.
probably you can watch that. But if you want, we can also run past the features at the
Yeah,
end of
right.
the session.
Right.
We could take that up. But yes, use the quizzes, use the examples really well. Practice questions. And also now, see, if you had picked up the older Kaplan kit, there was no, understanding of from which topic this question is coming. But that has also been solved in the ACCA Study Hub, where they've given the chapter number also against each question. So
Yeah.
when you're studying that chapter, you know which all questions are coming from this chapter. Practice those, and I think it will be good enough. If you still feel that they are less, you can definitely pick up Kaplan exam kit or BPP exam kit after that. But however, I think ACCA Study Hub should be your first source of preparation and studying.
Right. Right. So, Megha, as we know that in SBR, group accounting is very, important topic. So, do you want, how should student prepare for this accounting topic? Any tips for them?
Yes, there are a lot of tips around group accounting, especially, because it is coming for 30 marks. And it is for sure that in every attempt you've been asked for 30 marks. So that
Right.
is one area where you should be focusing, because you're getting your solid 30 marks coming from there. Now, tips around how to do it. I would say is first you read your entire exam kit, so your study text properly, which covers 4 5 chapters. It runs into 4 5 chapters, basic principles, then how do you do your goodwill calculation, then it talks about changes in scenarios, like when you lose control, when you sell part of your control, how do you deal with that. Then there is joint venture. There is one more chapter. There is a chapter on foreign currency and cash flow. So 6 chapters put together is what your group accounting is. So first I would suggest is you finish the entire study text of these 6 chapters, then move on to the practice kit, and then solve the questions from coming from these chapters. Now, how to go about solving and what the change is something that I want to discuss in detail. So earlier the questions were little theoretical, more theoretical, wherein they would just give you one company, and let's say it's a foreign subsidiary. Now, how do you account for it? So you had to just write in English that this is how I would go about accounting for it. That was your old pattern of the paper. But now what they have done is basically they will give you an Excel wherein they'll say these are the figures of subsidiary, these are the exchange rate, show the corrected balance in Excel. Okay, now here it is actually focusing on two things. One is your practical aspect of it, because if you practically go on for accounting or for any auditing job, this is what you will practically be doing, wherein you will be given a subsidiaries books. You have to convert it into your currency and then consolidate. So they are trying to get your practical aspect strong. So once you start working like this, when you actually go for a job, it will really help you. And also, if you look at the question pattern, there is more focus on the concepts rather than solving. A lot of the Indian examination, if I talk about, is all about just solve. You don't even have
Yeah.
to use your brains, right? You have to just remember the format, or you have to just remember step 1, step 2, step 3, and then you solve, and then you're done. So that has been completely been eliminated. So once you're doing it on Excel, your logics have to work. Also, here there is more focus on journal entries, because if you're passing a right journal entry, you know which account to debit, which account to credit. So you just go to the balance sheet, make those adjustments, and then you get corrected balance. So practical aspect plus conceptual knowledge is something that they are really focusing on. So you should be very good at it, strong at that. In case you are really finding it difficult, my suggestion is please work on your Excel and on your journal entries, because I think these two are very important now for answering your group accounting question. So that's one suggestion I have for everyone.
Okay, so I guess that was my end. And now, students, if you have any questions from Megha, so you are open to ask any questions, any doubts, and that was all.
Uh, Ideal time, I would say, to complete your syllabus is somewhere, if you're writing in September, is somewhere around 15th of August, 15th to maximum 20th of August. You should finish your entire question, entire studying, and then you give your last 10 days for your past papers. So you could go to your CB platform, look at all the past papers and solve it. For journal entry knowledge, now this is a little difficult, but yes, I would say you have to get your basics right. To get your basic right, one 2 3 suggestions I have. One is you could go back and watch some YouTube videos which are talking about basics of journal entry, so that could be done. Another suggestion could be that, whenever you're solving any question of accounting, please try and, in your head, pass the journal entry. So you're starting to tune yourself to pass journal entries for everything, so that, you can, then by the end of it, you will get very strong with your journal entries. First ACCA material, you should be solving your practice question, followed by the Kaplan kit if you have the time. For section A, I would say please don't use Kaplan exam kit, because section A question has completely changed. So please use Practice Hub for section A questions. Section B, you can still use Kaplan kit. The syllabus change that I mentioned, like repurchase agreement, IFRS 15, is what is the actual syllabus change guidance issued by ACCA. But again, if you go to the ACCA Study Hub, there are some syllabus changes. Like a lot of things that were earlier as a part of technical article has now been added to the study material, like your sustainability reporting. Then you have current issues. All these are newly added in the Study Hub. So again, if you're using the Study Hub, you will be updated with all these topics. These were not there in the Kaplan kit. And there are some topics which are still there in the material, but in the exam advice section, they have given that it is not so relevant, like your inventory, agriculture, first time application of IFRS. So there are these small changes, but if you are following ACCA Study Hub, then all these changes are anyways getting covered. No, so definitely you have to attend the entire paper. Otherwise, the probability of passing is low. But and the trick to manage your time in the examination is basically you stick to 1.5 minutes per mark. That is what you can do from the day one. So if you're following that trick, it will really help you. But yes, time management, you have to work on it. And so you have to strategize your exam nation also. So if you feel that no, my group accounting is not that strong, then I would say start with section B, finish that, then come to section A. So that, at least you have done the part which you are confident about. Topics that you have to focus more from the examination perspective. Definitely group accounting, 30 marks, ethics comes for 10. So 40 marks is lying there. Then majorly asked topics are your financial instruments and non-current asset. These tend to come in every attempt, these two chapters. So definitely you can focus on these two chapters other than group accounting and ethics. And then I would say taxation, leases, employee benefit, share-based payment. These are your next level of important topics. So you should focus on these. Calculative questions are questions which I would say are low-hanging marks, because, you cannot lose marks there. So focus on any topic which has more calculation, like your employee benefit is completely calculative. Focus on that. Then leases is again a calculative area. So you focus on the calculative part of the question, which you can work upon. And yes, one more suggestion for any theoretical question or any question which is coming on IFRS, you can follow 3-step method. First, where you state what the IFRS is saying, then what is the situation in the question, and third is your conclusion or application. So if you follow these 3 steps and you very clearly explain it, so you can expect to it depends on how much marks it is. If it is for a 6 mark also, and if you're writing these 3 points very clearly, you can get good 6 marks for that. So that's how you could probably plan your answers. If you're starting your preparation now, I would say important topics, focus on those. Like I mentioned, your non-current asset, your financial instrument, group accounting, ethics. These typically come every attempt. So first try and finish these, and then you focus on the other topics. So I think that would be the best approach if you're starting right now. Honestly, I feel the international variant is beneficial. Reason being, because it's a global course, it's an international course. And if you have done the international variant, your job opportunities open throughout the world. But if you have done UK variant, then probably for some recruiters, it could be a restriction that you do not have IFRS, international IFRS knowledge. So that way, probably it would be causing you some issues. But if you're sure that I want to work in UK, then yes, UK should be your preference. But if you are someone who wants to work anywhere in the globe, then international is what you should be choosing. Not able to understand the question in the examination and you are stuck, then my suggestion would be first try and identify which IFRS it is from, okay, and at least state what the IFRS says. So you will get at least 2 marks for stating the IFRS. So if not anything, but at least for stating the IFRS, you're getting marks. Then you give your viewpoint. Plus, if you feel there is some confusion or ambiguity, you can always mention it in the question that it has been assumed that this is the scenario and that's why this is the conclusion. However, there could be a different viewpoint. So that is how you can answer. Try and be a little diplomatic if you're not very sure of the answer. So you can say that there are alternative solutions, there are alternative workings, but because I am assuming A, B, C, D, this is what I think should be the accounting treatment. So if you want to understand your IFRS and IAS really well, you could refer to Diploma in IFRS is one very good book which you could refer to, which is also issued by ACCA, which has all clarity, which is given clarity on all IFRS and all IAS. So that is one book you can refer to. As per the guidance that has come out now, 10 to 15 marks will be for spreadsheet question, and remaining again, 15 to 10 marks is going to be lying for your conceptual questions like is it a subsidiary, how to do foreign currency conversion, or giving explanation of your calculation. So still there is going to be marks for that part of it. I just opened group accounting, one topic, wherein you can see this, there is a specific table which is talking about exam advice. It says, you may be required to explain the calculation of an adjustment to equity where there is no loss of control or a group gain on disposal when there is a loss of control. You may also be required to make relevant entries to record a disposal in a pre-populated spreadsheet. So what all you are required to do and how it has to be done in the new format of the question has also been given here. See, the questions on group accounting from Study Hub is hardly 6 or 7. So yes, questions other than that can definitely come in the examination. So if you want to practice concepts, then you can probably look at some questions from the Kaplan kit, but calculative questions from Kaplan will not help you. So yes, there is like lack of practice questions on group accounting. I would agree to that. But just Study Hub does not mean that all the questions are going to be covered, because there are only 6 or 7 questions. We are also launching a mentorship program wherein we would just be guiding you with the examination and we would give you doubt solving sessions. So we're not going to teach you. We are only solving your doubts and we are helping you how to prepare for your examination and help you in evaluating your answer sheet. So you can send in your answer sheet to us and we will evaluate those for you, give you our comments. So if that is something that kind of assistance is what you're looking at, then we are really here to help you for that also. Guys, then I think we have covered quite a lot about SBR, and you can definitely reach out to us for any further clarification or any further guidance. I am taking care of SBR, and Palak can help you guys with the other subjects also, like SBL, AAA, APM, all those Palak can help you with. So if you require guidance with any professional level subject, please feel free to reach out to us.
Okay, guys, all the best. Prepare well. It's about just 40 days and you can prepare well. Don't worry.
Okay, guys, thank you for joining in. Please take care and wish you all the very best for your upcoming examination.